Peace. Ali, coming at you on behalf of SAliMyers.com. In this video, I'm going to give you some tips on how to explain your altar to people that come over to the house or whatever. A lot of people have their altars up, and then you get worried about family members coming to the house, and especially Christian or family members who believe in religion. So I want to make this video to give you a couple tips, a couple things to look at in regards to people coming to your house and seeing your altar. But before I begin, I definitely want to give a special shout out to the Thomases, Martine and Scott Thomas, for gifting me with this nice slick throwback Bears jersey. I appreciate y'all 1,000,000%, and it's something I'll definitely cherish, and I will be rocking it on Sundays. So definitely shout out to the Thomases. So what do you say to people that are coming to your house, seeing your altar? This is very easy. Like when I first put up my altar, being the kind of person that I was very combative. I was argumentative. I love debating. I love explaining myself to people and changing their perspective. So me personally, I was hoping somebody asked me, what's that altar for? Why do you have food at the altar? But to be honest, it never happened. So me personally, I don't have the experience of being worried about family members and friends coming to the crib and worrying about my altar. I didn't have that experience. But I know a lot of you are kind of afraid of having your parents or family see your altar. So if you're having people, especially if they're Christian based, coming to the house and they're seeing your altar, one of the things you can say to them is, or ask them, why is there an altar at church? Why do you give an offering at the altar at church? Those are just two simple questions you can ask any Christian that asks you about your altar. Because once you put in a context that they understand, using words and relating it to something they understand, then they'll have more of an idea of what you're doing. But for the most part, they're going to be like, man, why do you have food there? And one of the things that you can do is just let them see some videos dealing with altars. If it's my videos or somebody else's videos, let them see it. But you'll realize, especially taking an alternative spiritual path, working with the ancestors, working with the deities, that you're either going to resonate with it or not. I have a lot of people that are attracted to me by way of the altar videos. But in the videos, I'm not telling you what you need to do. You need to have an altar, you need to do this or whatever. I'm just sharing my experience, give you some tips and tricks, and by doing that, people are resonating with the information. I say this because you do not have to convince anyone of what you're doing. The best way to convince people of what you're doing is by you growing. And it's a beautiful thing that happens once people start to see your light increase. They start to see you grow and evolve. They stop asking questions of, why are you doing this? Or telling you you shouldn't be doing this. What they'll start doing is asking you, what are you doing and how can I do it? It's one thing about humans, they have to see improvement. And when you're first starting out with your altar, to be honest, you're kind of proving things to yourself. You know the ancestors are there, you know the deities are there, but let's be real. Most people are convincing themselves that what they're doing is working. So if you're in that state, and that energy of confusion, of questioning things, then you're going to attract that. But once you know, you stop being a thinker or the believer, and it's a certain light that turns on within you, and people can see it. Trust me. Once they see this light, they're not going to question you about what you should be doing. So that's important. So to summarize, for one, you don't have to explain your altar to anybody. If you're confident in what you're doing, somebody can tell you that you should be doing something else, and if it's working for you, what you're doing, it's going to go in one ear and out the other. So one tip, don't worry about what people think or say. Just let them say or think what they want to. And if it's at your house, it's at your house. You don't have to explain anything to anybody at your house. Another thing is to keep practicing giving your daily offerings, giving your daily prayers, burning ancestor money. Keep practicing and doing that, and your life will change and people will see it. Third, just to ask them a simple questions as to why is there an altar at church? Why do you give an offering at church? And they're going to say, I give it to God. You can say the same thing. I give it to the gods. So this has been Ali. If you want to find out more information about myself and what we do, be sure to visit my website, salimyers.com. Until next time, peace.